Well, good morning, everybody, and thank you so much for coming to this this wonderful moment as we welcome back Frederico Santos back to UNC Asheville. We thank you for coming. And you might be wondering, for all you Bulldog fans, want to know why should we have the press conference here? We've had press conferences for different coaches in different places, but we thought this would be just a great place because Justice Center is not going away. It might be it's no longer the home for basketball, but it is the home for UNC Asheville volleyball, which has been the home since 1982. We've had a great tradition in volleyball. We've hosted 5 Big South Conference championships. The first volleyball team in the Big South history to ever go to the postseason play came in 1991, and Fred's sister-in-law was a part of that team. And so there's a lot of great tradition here. We've hosted 5 Big South Conference championships. We just want to remind all of you that the Justice Center is alive and well, and we'll be hosting great Bulldog volleyball for years to come. So at this time, I'd like to introduce our athletics director, Janet Cohn.
Thank you, Mike Gore. I want to thank everyone for coming today. This is an exciting time for us in our volleyball program. And as everyone knows, our volleyball program has been one of the really stellar programs in the Big South Conference for many, many years. And Fred is coming back home, and he spent several years as our assistant volleyball coach and then our associate head coach under Julie Torbett, and created quite a tradition here. So we are welcoming Fred back. He went away, got some head coaching experience, and he has now come back to lead this program, and we are certainly excited to have him here. I want to say a couple things about Fred. If you don't know Fred, he is solid, he's sturdy, he's strong. He will look like he's very calm on the outside all the time. But I'm going to tell you, the time that we've spent interviewing him, and since he's gotten back over here and in this office, this man is planning, he's creating, he's working. He's learned a lot in his time as a head coach down at Berry, and now he's ready to lead this team. So I want to officially welcome you back, Fred, by giving you a Bulldog hat. And I'm going to let you take some time here and say a few things to your fans.
Thank you. First of all, I'd like to thank our athletics director or the search committee for their, confidence in my ability to lead this program, a program with very strong tradition that we were able to create here, during my time and previous to my time. So it's great to be home. I mean, the emotions are just overwhelming now that I'm here in front of all of you, and that words become difficult. I want to also take this time to thank the faculty here for the time that they took in preparing lessons, countless hours, to help me graduate from UNC Asheville. I think it's, the work that they do is invaluable. And also, I like to thank my wife and for her love, for her support, for my kids, for their understanding that, or not, that Dad has to be away sometimes and they're not really sure why. And I also want to take this opportunity to thank my dad for all his encouragement, for all his support, for his mentoring, because he had a big part in who I am as a coach. So, I want to take this opportunity first to thank all of you and for this opportunity. I think for me, this community holds a lot. The most valuable asset of this community are the people. You support the programs here through thick and thin. You support our student athletes, which is really invaluable. There's no price to it. And, I want to take that opportunity to thank you as well. And I look forward to the season. I'm very excited. I wish we could start today, but I have to be calm. I'm not calm inside, but and I look forward to it. Thank you very much.
Okay, are there any questions for Frederico or Janet? Okay, okay. For the media, if you want to talk to Fred individually, we'll do it here in a few seconds and stuff, but please come up and meet Fred. Thank you very much. Okay?
I always have a question, as everyone knows. Fred, and I've asked some of these questions before, but since our good friends are here, I think they would love to hear. Tell us a little bit about your philosophy of what we might see that's going to be the same from UNC Asheville volleyball, but something that might be different. And I see one of your players here, so she's going to take notes.
Well, I think, you know, my philosophy is mainly what you have always instilled in us as coaches. I think you came in and you basically took some of the things that we did well and you expanded to all of us coaches. You spread out the message. I think we want to be strong on the court, but we also need to realize that we want to be strong in academics. We have a huge responsibility also as student athletes and as coaches is to have community involvement. I mean, that's key in this program, I think, so that we can keep building our relationships with the community and keep serving, because we're in a position to serve. And so I think we need to serve the community as best as possible.
So as you've been restudying the Big South Conference, make me feel good as an AD. Are we going to finish first, last, fourth?
Wow, there are no easy questions here. It's really hard for me to put. I think we're champions regardless of first or last. I think what we do here makes us champions. You know, so to put a place on in front, I mean, of course I want to win, and of course I want to be champion, but there's more things that come before the W. Graduating student athletes is a championship for me. You know, making the athletes feel like they're a part of something bigger is a championship for me. Community service is a championship for me. There's so many things that are championships that to place just a value on volleyball and the sport that we do would be undermining everything.
You can tell Fred's ready to be a head coach because he answered that politically correct. Okay, Coach Blows has a question.
Thank you. Well, Coach Blows, thank you for your question. I think I try not to talk really about individual athletes because we're really a team sport when it comes to it. I think the makeup of the team is very good. You know, I know most of the kids, either before they became Bulldogs or during my brief time here in between, when I recruited a few of the athletes. I think you can expect what you've always seen, you know, whether it's with me or with Julie. I mean, the kids are going to work hard. They want to work hard. They want to be successful. And so I think really it would be, again, tremendous injustice for me to say that there's one person that, you know, would supersede anybody else. I think we have great athletes on this team. And, you know, hopefully we can tap their potential to the fullest. That's what we want to do.
Any other questions? Now we got warmed up here. Well, I want to thank you too, and Mike Gore, thank you for setting this up for us, and Matt, who's video streaming. Remember, volleyball season is just around the corner, and I think one of the things Fred and I were talking about earlier is that I think we're going to have some volleyball camp August 1st through the 3rd, and then the players report back when. You want to talk about the start of that?
Players will report back August 7th. We'll have a team meeting, and August 8th we'll be on the court. We'll get started, which I wish was tomorrow, but you know, we'll have to wait.
All right, Mike Gore is behind the podium somewhere hiding.
Okay, thank you for coming, and please come up and welcome Fred.